Very nice to have you both here. When we were looking at that pizza base made from walnut and organic dehydrated courgette, you said yum. Is that part of your diet that you embrace?
I mean, I actually said it slightly ironically. Raw pizza isn't necessarily my meal of choice, but that's not to say I don't like all raw food. I think some of the raw.
So talk us through what you understand as clean eating, just to sort of take us through that. What would it mean for you, personally?
For me personally, and I was explaining this earlier to Jay, for me it means food that isn't overly processed and is real food. So real food that you cook at home, and that includes things like butter, it includes eggs. I am a bit more of an advocate for kind of a more all-rounded diet. Gluten, I don't eat gluten. I'm a celiac. I can't eat it. I try not to eat dairy, but when there's gelato, I do eat dairy because I like it. And then I just don't have yogurt every day because it makes my skin bad and makes me cranky, and that's just what works for me. I did used to say clean eating a lot on Instagram, which is a strong social media channel for me. And I changed it, made a very conscious decision to change it a couple of months ago, mainly because I felt that what clean eating means now is it's not clean eating, it's a warped vision of what clean eating is.
And it's this title, this kind of idea of the clean eating that, what, Joe?
Well, I'm quite strong on language, and the only thing you really need to do to understand why clean eating is such cobblers is look at the opposite. The way we use the word dirty. We talk about dirty dealing and dirty politics and dirty money. And we talk about junkies getting clean and cleaning up their act. So there's this moral quality added to diet if you're a clean eater. You are virtuous. And it all plays into the kind of pathologizing of our diet as a way to control the world around us. People go on about processed food as though it's some evil. Throughout human history, from the moment we ground flour from wheat, we have processed foods to make them more palatable for ourselves. Really, the issue is, are you having a healthy diet or an unhealthy diet? That's what it's about. That's all it's about.
It is interesting when you heard the chef there talk about sort of lapsing, almost like he'd come off the wagon. It has this religious overtone to it, doesn't it? That you've somehow been bad, or you've let yourself down. Is that not a sort of a worry for you?
It is. It's a mega worry. It's extreme. I think there have been some comments about the word #clean eating and social media channels in particular being a kind of an excuse and a way for people to mask eating disorders or problems.
And you agree with that, do you?
I do agree with it. Hence the reason why we've chosen to remove that, and we now say eat real, feel real, which could equally be...
What does that mean? I mean, what's eating unreal? Tell me about the false carrot.
You confessed to eating a worryingly sweaty sausage sold off a cart in Trafalgar Square.
I have done many. I eat a mixed diet, and probably quite a number of them. Listen, we know you've got the dissolute, almost 50-something man against the youth over here, so I'm probably not necessarily visually the best proponent for this. But we go on through life. It's interesting, it's also Nigella, who's roughly my generation, should also be someone to talk these things up. There is a joy in food. Sometimes we eat terrible things. I'm almost tempted to ask you, Emily Maitlis, have you ever eaten fried chicken from a large high-speed brand? Have you? Have you? Yes, you have. And, you know, where's the shame? I have done all these things. I've eaten salads as well. I know, it's amazing, isn't it?
It's not. Alexandra has as well. I mean,
have you done KFC? Other brands are available. Have you? Have you?
Actually done KFC.
Let's go through them all.
I'm more of a sweet. No, not Burger King. I'm more of a sweet
Just talk us about the process. I mean, do you wake up in the morning feeling like you've sinned, feeling like you have to purge? It's this whole, the whole idea of virtue.
I have to say that as a woman and being in the industry that I'm in, I do. I often wake up and
Would you punish yourself? Would it be like double the amount of exercise or half the amount of food? Or
no. I mean, I try to distance myself from those sorts of thoughts. I think that we have enough of them in.
By the way, my punishment is I go down the gym.
Do you?
I have a very pronounced...
So you do? You wake up thinking, oh no, what did I do?
I have been a large man all my life. I have a metabolism engineered for the Russian steppes when the Cossacks are coming, who happens to live in North London, have a stupid job and an instinct to greed. So I've always been a large man, and now I'm a restaurant critic. So yes, I do something. I go to the gym
Yeah.
4 or 5 times a week, and that's the way I work it out.
We've run out of time, but thank you both very much indeed.